Hey, what's up my people? This is Clash Strategy and welcome to my cruise. In this video I'm going to talk about the new update and I will show you the 7 things you need to know. Also stick to the end if you want to see a bonus of my review of what I think and what I believe it was missing from the update. So let's go to the video. The first thing I want to talk about is the visuals. So you can see that in the top left of my screen, the tokens have changed. Right now, it looks a little bit different in my opinion. I prefer the old one because this one is sometimes difficult to understand what is token and what is energy, but it looks new. The second one, if you scroll down, you will see that when you change the island type or the area, you get a pop-up with the name of the area. So for example, this is Goblin Kingdom, this is Lavaland, Shock Stores, and Elixir Springs. This looks really nice to me. Another visual that has changed is when you haven't solved one stage, you will get here 2 bars below the chests, and also you can see here the number of times you have played the level and the maximum percentage you have ever achieved of destruction. The other thing I want to talk about are the new looks of Archer and Wizard. You can see in the screen Archer looks different. In my opinion, I prefer the other one. Also Wizard, I like this one more. It has more expression. I like it. And finally, there have been some visuals change in the gameplay. The second thing I want to talk about is the shop. There have been a lot of changes in the shop. The first one is that we receive new deals, new offers in the game, which are really good. They have good value for those that want to spend some cash in the game. Especially the first one looks really interesting. I may buy it at some point, but I'm still not going to do it for now. Another thing we can see in the shop is the new addition. As you can see here, we are in my secondary account and we got the compass, which you'll be able to discover a treasure dungeon, but we'll look about it in more detail later. For now, let's get it. The next thing I want to talk about the date is the leaks. You can see here we ended the season. Let's see what's the reward, and you can see that right now the rewards are much better. This is the first thing that they have changed in the week. Let's compare with a silver 1 chest. It's exactly the same, so this still hasn't changed. Next thing, you can see also the layout is completely different. The tokens, the ranking, everything. And also an interesting thing is that here you can select the season end reward, this chest, and you can see what to expect in the season. And this is a huge addition because before you never knew. The other thing that it was different in the leaks is that now you can see the other. For example, I'm in Legendary 3. There are 4 Legendary 3 leaks, so I can scroll to the right or to the left and see how are the others doing. And same, I can go to 1 leak upwards and I can see the 2 Legendary 2 leaks, which is really cool. You can do it for any other. You can see platinum, everything. The next addition, they are called the Shipwrecks. As you can see, there are ships in the ocean and they are permanent in a fixed position, and in order to get the rewards you need to spend some tokens, either energy or quest tokens, and the higher the level of the shipwreck, the higher the rewards, of course. Having said that, I think it's still more worth it to farm regular levels, but the good thing about the shipwrecks is that it takes no time. You can burn all your energy without any of effort. You will get a little bit less than what you would by farming levels, but it can be really quick and it can save your life in yours if you are stuck. And now let's go to the dungeon. Here each dungeon has 20 stages. That's a lot of work. But each stage we complete stays completed. Also the damage to the enemies stays between the runs. Go get them. Things you need to know about the dungeons. First one is you need a compass. It can be found as random drops while going to the levels, or it can be obtained for free in the item shop. And once you get the compass, you will have automatically a cave like this, dungeon, and each dungeon will have 20 levels, as you can see. All of them will have 20 levels, and each level that you complete, you will get loot. They have also added some balance changes in our troops, especially Giant. They have changed one of the items. Before we used to have a shield here, which was completely useless. Now this one, we have a range gauntlet, which it's very similar to the one for the barbs. I think it's going to be really good, and I have it level 3, so that's good news for me. The next balance changes was in Baby Dragon. It's not that it changed anything in their stats. I think they have buffed Baby Dragon because now cannons and mortars will no longer be able to hit this. This is a huge change. Probably will make levels like the famous 32.6 much easier, just because the cannons and mortars cannot hit the Baby Dragons, which currently were pretty squishy. And the final balance change was in P.E.K.K.A. Now the lightning blade and defensive blade, well, especially the lightning blade, before you could hit a target and then the lightning could go to the wall. Now it won't happen, so it's a little bit of a buff to the P.E.K.K.A. And there are two more balance changes more. The first one is on the Barbarian. There's a clear nerf on the Rage Sword, which before it used to be bugged and was giving twice as much damage as it should, and now it's much worse than before. You will see it in some gameplays. And the final balance changes was on the Bomber. There's a clear buff because it got a new cool helmet. Finally, they have made some bug corrections. The first one is the issue when the Baby Dragon Force Collar was activating on the first empty tile. They have fixed this. Second one is when the Barbarian Rage Sword effect was not cancelling when the unit was fully held with the Giant's Gauntlet, for example. And the third one is they have fixed the crash of Lava Golem that most of us have encountered, so this is great news. To finalize the video, I'll talk about my review and what I think it's missing still from the update. I think the review was quite good. There were two good additions, the Shipwreck and the Dungeons. I think these two additions will increase the engagement, and we are still far from global, but I think it's a right step in the right direction. Before global though, I still think there are two features that are missing and they are key. First one is clans, and in the video they mentioned that they have a prototype, so I'm almost sure in the next update they will try to push for clans. The second one is PvP. They also mentioned they are brainstorming some ideas, they are also watching some feedback from the community, and I'm sure they will add it before global. And finally, there are other things that I I thought it was going to be included in this update, but it wasn't, which is new islands and new levels of the troops. Some of the free-to-play players, we are almost completing the game, so I probably will have completed it before the next update. So I'm surprised that they haven't added new islands, new troops, but yeah, I think it will happen in the next one. Thanks for watching. To be honest, this was a lot of work to do this video, but I hope you like it. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe. You can expect more videos like that in the future. I plan to do some tutorials and some guides like this. So I'll see you in the next one.